Most people pass through your life unnoticed. Then there are the rare ones who stop you in your tracks. When you meet an INFJ, you'll feel their presence like a ripple in the air, silently calling you to look deeper. That ripple isn't just chance. It's the quiet force of their dominant introverted intuition, sharpened by external feeling-driven empathy. This unique aura doesn't just set them apart. It shapes the entire energy of the room, shifting the way you see yourself and others. What is it about this rare combination that leaves such a lasting impact? Why do first encounters with INFJs feel both unsettling and unforgettable? Stay tuned to discover the trait that makes an INFJ's gaze impossible to ignore. Before we start, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our weekly deep dives into the world of personality types. And if you are looking to achieve a deeper understanding of yourself and your personality type, click the link in the comments to take our favorite free personality test. Reaction number 1. You immediately feel like they can see right through you. There's a moment, quiet but unmistakable, when you realize an INFJ isn't just looking at you. They're seeing through you. Their gaze lands, and suddenly, you feel as if every layer you've built is transparent. It's not just the eyes either. It's the way they notice the slight shifts in your tone, the hesitation in your words, the energy you carry even before you speak. INFJs often connect so deeply through nonverbal cues that it feels like mind reading. They pick up on what's left unsaid, tuning in to emotions and intentions with a precision that leaves you wondering how much you've just revealed. Yet this spotlight isn't harsh. There's a gentleness to it, a sense that you're not being judged but understood. Instead of feeling exposed, you feel recognized, like someone finally sees the inner world you usually keep hidden. Their attention lingers, quiet but intense, and you sense they're not just listening, but absorbing the real you. That kind of recognition doesn't happen often, and it sticks with you long after the conversation ends. But there's something else about INFJs that pulls you in even deeper. Coming up next. Reaction number 2. You become obsessed with figuring them out. You find yourself replaying every moment with them, searching for clues. The more time you spend around an INFJ, the more you realize you're not just having a conversation. You're trying to solve a puzzle. Their presence is intentional, but their words only hint at what's beneath the surface. They reveal just enough of themselves to keep you hooked, striking a balance between authenticity and privacy that feels both inviting and elusive. You wonder about the stories they don't tell, the emotions they keep tucked away, and the thoughts that flicker behind their quiet smiles. Soon, you're analyzing every detail, the way they pause before answering, the topics they choose, even the subtle shifts in their expression. It's not about frustration, it's the thrill of unraveling a mystery that never fully gives itself away. Each new insight only deepens your curiosity. Just when you think you've figured them out, another layer appears. Unexpected, fascinating, and just out of reach. Suppose you're starting to recognize these traits. Hit subscribe to keep unraveling the INFJ mystery. You think you've cracked the code, but next, you'll see the charming quirks that make INFJs delightfully weird. Reaction number 3. You notice they're delightfully weird in the best way. You start to realize there's something quietly offbeat about the way INFJs move through the world. Their humor lands in unexpected places. A reference to a book you've never heard of, or a theory about human nature that sounds strange until it suddenly makes sense. These aren't quirks for show. They're glimpses into a mind that refuses to color inside the lines. A mind shaped by an inner world that's constantly churning with new ideas. INFJs wear their authenticity as a badge, letting their individuality show in the topics they love, the way they dress, or the questions they ask. Their creativity isn't loud, but it's unmistakable. Instead of small talk, they'll invite you into their obsessions, maybe a niche philosophical debate, or a fascination with a forgotten piece of history. What appears odd from the outside is simply the natural result of their nigh-fueled perspective. They see connections and patterns that most people miss. In a world that pushes conformity, their willingness to stand apart is magnetic. Their quirks feel like permission to be yourself, but wait until you think about their next paradoxical blend of comfort and tension. Reaction number 4. You feel both comfortable and nervous at the same time. There's a strange contradiction that settles in when you're with an INFJ. You feel safe, like you've stepped into a place where your guard can finally drop. Their presence is steady, and their words carry an honesty that puts you at ease. That's the external feeling at work, quietly building a space where emotions can breathe and you feel accepted for who you are. But then, beneath that comfort, something else stirs. Their internal intuition-driven insight cuts through the surface, sensing things you haven't spoken aloud. It's as if they can see the parts of you you're still learning to accept. This isn't about judgment or pressure. It's the subtle way they ask a question that lands deeper than you expected, or the attentive silence as they wait for you to finish your thought. You start to wonder if they're picking up on your worries, your hopes, your secrets. The nerves come, not because you're afraid, but because you realize how rare it is to be truly seen. You find yourself caught between wanting to open up and holding something back, unsure if you're ready for that level of honesty. This electric tension sets the stage for why you might end up sharing more than you planned. Coming right up. Reaction number 5. You find yourself sharing more than you intended. In a casual chat with an INFJ, you'll find yourself revealing hidden emotions because they make you feel safe enough to do so. One moment you're sharing a quick story, and the next, you're laying out thoughts you never meant to say out loud. It's not just their patience, it's the way they listen with genuine curiosity, making you feel your story matters. Every word you offer is met with attention that feels rare, as if they're holding space for the parts of you even you hesitate to face. Their questions aren't probing, but they open doors you didn't know existed. You notice the way they nod, how their eyes don't flinch when you mention something painful or strange. There's no rush, no judgment, just a steady presence that invites you to keep going. Their empathy is quiet but powerful, and suddenly, the weight you've been carrying feels lighter. You realize you're not just heard, you're understood. And while INFJs offer glimpses of their world, consistently enough to make the exchange feel mutual, you sense there's still a depth they haven't shown. But just when you think you know their heart, you'll sense there's still so much left beneath the surface. Reaction number 6. You sense there's much more beneath the surface. You start to notice it in the quiet moments, how INFJs intentionally share only a shard of their emotional universe, hinting at entire chapters left unread. Their words might seem open, their laughter genuine, but beneath each exchange runs a current of complexity you can't quite reach. This isn't about secrecy. It's the natural result of a mind that sorts experience in layers, each one revealed only when the time feels right. That elusiveness isn't a wall, it's a sign of how deeply they value trust, and how carefully they guard the world they've built inside. Every story, every answer feels deliberate, a single page from a book with no end. You sense there's more, always more, but INFJs reveal themselves slowly, protecting the parts that matter most. This protective nature isn't about pushing others away. It's about inviting the right ones to look closer, to earn a place in their inner circle over time. And yet, nothing prepares you for the next revelation of their intense yet gentle presence. Reaction number 7. You experience their intense but gentle presence. What sets an INFJ apart is the way their presence fills a room. Never loud, never demanding, but quietly magnetic. You notice it in the way they focus on you, their attention unwavering, as if the rest of the world has faded out. This isn't just good manners, it's the product of their internal intuition focus, which roots them deeply in the moment, and their external feeling empathy, which softens every interaction. That combination creates a sense of gravity, a gentle pull that makes you want to stay in the conversation just a little longer. Their intensity doesn't press or overwhelm. Instead, it feels like a calm current running beneath the surface. When they listen, it's with a quiet, steady energy that holds space for your thoughts, making you feel truly seen. Even the smallest exchange carries weight, as if your words matter more than you realized. There's a subtle reassurance in their presence, a signal that you're safe to be yourself, even when the conversation turns vulnerable. That gentle gravity makes you feel safe. But next, you'll discover how they understand you without a single word. Reaction number 8. You feel understood without having to explain yourself. There's a difference between being heard and being truly understood. And with an INFJ, you feel that difference instantly. They don't just catch your words, they notice the pauses, the sighs, the way your eyes shift when a topic hits too close. Their empathy decodes your unsaid emotions almost by instinct, reading the room for what's unspoken while everyone else is still catching up. You might not even realize what you're carrying until you see it reflected in their quiet, knowing gaze. It's never invasive. The way they piece together your story feels gentle, even reassuring. You sense they're connecting dots you didn't know were visible, offering validation without demanding you spell out every detail. Their presence pulls out the parts of you that rarely see daylight, and somehow you trust them with it. The advice they offer lands with a kind of sincerity that makes you pause, because it's rooted in fundamental understanding, not just polite agreement. And that unspoken understanding is what makes meeting an INFJ so rare. Every encounter with an INFJ leaves you carrying something new, maybe a question about your motives, or a realization about the quiet power of empathy. The most surprising reaction, for many, it's how quickly you drop your guard and find yourself reflecting on things you never expected to share. Their rare blend of insight and gentleness turns an ordinary moment into a mirror, showing you the hidden corners of your mind. What did you notice most about the INFJ experience? Was it their silent depth, or the way they make you rethink connection? Share your thoughts below. If this resonated, hit the like button and subscribe for more in-depth dives into INFJ psychology. If you want to continue the journey to understanding yourself or an INFJ in your life, click either of the following videos, where we continue to unlock the secrets of the INFJ personality type.